Hey everyone, welcome back to Bear's Workshop for the next flyover video of the Lucid site. Want to welcome everyone back. I see we got probably at least 20 people coming on. Someone want to make sure, give me a thumbs up on the audio, make sure everything's working good. I'm going to give you a heads up. If you see me duck and go underneath my desk, there is a wasp somewhere in my office. And I just sprayed, but I don't know if I got him. When I was doing the voiceovers on the other videos, he was flying at me and kind of messed up my voiceovers. But I think I'm good to go. I sprayed the room, so pretty scary stuff for me. I don't like wasps. All right, I got a thumbs up. That means it's working. Just me and Hector Jimenez, both asking about Nicola. We will have the Nicola video coming out in an hour or so. No voiceover or no live stream, but we have a voiceover of it. It was quite a day at Nicola, actually. It looked like they were having a demo day. There was 14 trucks out there, and they were doing test drives with a lot of people, just not me. So you guys want to definitely check that out if you got an interest in Nicola, because there was quite a bit going on there today. Javier, hello Bear. Always looking for these live stream videos of yours. Glad to see you as always, and seeking for that huge donation to your channel every day in the stock market. Yes. DD gave me the thumbs up on the audio. Javier says, question, when will this Lucid new building be operative to build more cars? What is your price target for the stock? I think that they're going to be done with this phase in Q1 of 2023. And I am not going to give a price target. I am not an analyst. So it would just be a guess from me. So I'm not going to say anything. I got a little way from Summer's Day of some sort of emoji that I don't recognize. Olivia says, hi, Bear. Let's see. Tesla earnings are showing huge demand for EVs. I have not watched it yet. I was prepping for this, but I will be, I'll be taking a look at that after this because I'm curious how they did. And Francesco says, a salute from Italy. And salute to you too. All right. While we're waiting for a couple more people to join, we got about 30 people, and I know we're going to do better than that. So you guys get a chance, please hit that like button, but let's just take a look at some other things real quick. We have, let's see here. I know I have a couple other things besides, let's see, Lucid earnings. They are going to be May 23rd. So we're probably going to remind everybody about that every week. May 23rd for the Lucid earnings for Q1. So we'll see how they do there. The estimate right here is a little bit more than 30 cents, or is 30 cents, a loss of 30 cents per share based on one analyst. So we'll see where that eventually ends up on May the 23rd. Let's see. Michael says he didn't mean to blow me a kiss. It was supposed to be a thumbs up. Sure. Thanks. I'll file that away for when I need one. RJ, are they still planning to put railroad tracks in for shipping? When I watch the videos, I don't see where they could put them. Any insight would be appreciated. As we're going through the video, RJ, I will show you where those railroad tracks are going. Let's see if I can... this is the site plan right here. The railroad tracks are going to be coming in right about here, and then curving over to the southwest, and then headed straight down this line right here. So that is where that railroad track is going. If I remember, when we're going through the video, I will show you that also. Olivia says, I got information that deliveries are taking long because they have to go to the service center for PDI, which can take a week, then to Chicago for East Coast deliveries. Well, it's just part of the normal process. All vehicles go through PDI when they usually go to a dealership. And in Lucid's case, they're getting to service centers and then doing the PDI there. Let's see. DD Ruckus, May 23rd is an estimate, but has not been confirmed by Lucid. For example, TradingView says June 1st. Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to keep that in mind. I think still waiting kind of a long time. Let's see. Latest press release. Let's see. Estimated. Yes. Okay, that is an estimate based on an algorithm of the company's historical reporting dates. Okay. Well, that's kind of lame. An algorithm to figure out what day they're going to release the earnings on. Okay. Well, when we get the actual date, we will definitely post it. Can you tell me Nikola trucks? We'll tell you what. There was 14 of them today. I can tell you that. John is here he is from Casa Grande. Welcome, John. Here for a minute. If you have any questions I can help, would let me know. Road construction in front should begin any day. What John is talking about is the main road outside on Thornton Road is going to be widened, and they're going to completely close that road down for several months. John, do you know what the plan is on how to where they're getting access to the north side of the factory? Are they going to have to just go all the way around? Because we are going to be affected by that because we often stop on the south end of Thornton Road, the south side of the site, and we fly from there, and then we move to the north side, just so we don't lose signal. So that is definitely something that is of interest to us. And let's see, Lucid Daily said May 25th for the earnings. Well, we're just going to have to see what the actual number is. Maxwell Newberry, happy to report 20 plus VINs assigned today alone for grade confirmation holders. That's great. I'm thinking about possibly getting a Lucid Pure. I want to know what you guys think. I'm thinking about adding it to my Toro fleet, and I know we'd be quite a ways off, at least Q4 before I would get something like that. Anybody out here order a Pure and tell me what your thoughts are on it? Michael, I compared a 4-month duration of construction with your flyovers. Wow, they are moving fast on phase 2. Yes, they most certainly are. Okay, Lucid is also getting copper from a field 6 miles away from the factory, a guy on YouTube said. 6 miles away? I don't know about that. That means that there's a mine 6 miles. John McGuire might know about that. If there is a copper mine within 6 miles of the Lucid factory. There is a copper mine out east in a town called Globe, and that is probably more like 60 or 70 miles away. But they could definitely be getting copper from there. I don't know if they actually ship out raw materials to consumers from that or if it goes somewhere for processing. RJ's asking, John, in the videos I see the adjacent property with a ton of cars. Is that a junkyard? I can answer that one. That is a junkyard, but they call it a recycling center. But yes, those are all junk cars there. Ashushada, if I'm saying that right, hey, how about the shares of Nikola? What about the shares? This is the Lucid video. I had people on Monday during the Nikola video asking me about Lucid, and I said, you're gonna have to wait. If you guys want, real quick before we get started, speaking of share price, this is where Lucid ended up for the day, 20.87. They're down 54 cents, as high as 21.29, opened at 21.21, and was down to 20.61 at one point. And just to talk about it, Nikola down 16 cents at 7.84. High of 8.19, opened at 8, and was as low as 7.75. Maybe they'll have some news on what happened there today, and we will be able to see a bump in the price. Chang Wan said, I ordered a Pure. Cliff Lim, I ordered a Pure too. And Olivia, the guy said they are working on the mine all now. Okay. Let's see, John says, and this is going to be factual information. There will be a mine opening, old Ascaro mine, Sarco mine, now called Cactus Mine, but won't be open for a few years, and who knows if Lucid will buy direct from them. Okay. There is no other person I trust on that information than John McGuire, so thank you, John. I appreciate that. All right, let's get over to the video and get that rolling. It's between Casa Grande and Maricopa along MCG Highway, which is that's, what is MCG? Why can't I, is that the Maricopa Road? Olivia says the company is suing Lucid because they didn't meet their earnings report. Yeah, those are frivolous. You can't always meet your earnings reports, and no one ever has met them. So I don't know what to say about that. You have to have some sort of malintent or something in order for that to be a viable lawsuit. I think there's people that buy stock of these companies that are just always intent on just finding a reason to sue. Okay, John says Maricopa, Casa Grande Highway. Okay. Chappie Woody Morris. Hopefully the healthy Tesla report will be good for Lucid in the EV sector. Yeah, I'd like to see that tomorrow. Hopefully I got to see what the report was because I just haven't seen it yet. But hopefully if it was way above expectations, that will help the rest of the market because we need a bump. Olivia says, wait, are there two types of roof decks, one blue and one white? No, the white is the membrane that goes on top of what looks to be blue, but it's not really blue. But I'll get back to that. Here was a car hauler going south down Thornton Road that we just caught in the nick of time. There is going to be 6 or 7 cars on there. Looks like there's 4 on top, and more likely there's 3 on the bottom. So I think there's 7 on this one. And you can see the power of our zoom lens here, because now we're gonna zoom out, and you can see how far we actually were from that. That's got to be, pretty far is the measurement I got. Michael says, I'm a company picker, not a stock picker. Yeah. Okay, going back to that roof deck. That is actually silver. It's just the reflection of the sun. The angle that we're at makes it kind of look blue, but that is steel decking, steel roof decking. And anything that you see that's white is going to be where the membrane has been laid down, which is on the south building. We can see that. And as we're panning up, you can see the sun reflecting off of it, and it's silver. And then there's other areas, like right here, that actually has no roof decking on it. Those are just piles of the roof decking that haven't been spread out yet. So in this area, yeah, it's all the same stuff. DD, we were promised the white roof, better sue. That's funny. Let's see. Changwan Lee says, when I met Peter at Newport Beach studio opening ceremony, he said the Pure models would be out later this year or early next year. Yeah, on their website, it still says Q4 of this year. So I am not betting my money on Q4. They just have a lot of catch up to do. And they got to get the more expensive ones out first because there's more money in them. Just makes sense. I don't blame them. See the close-up of the wall on the east side? They are about, I don't know, I'd say about 60% of the way down on the east side. But there's a whole lot more to do. So, but that is a slow process getting those wall panels up for reasons I still do not know. And then in the east parking lots, you can still see all the materials that's been staged up there. There's also a lot of, that looks like roofing material right about here that still needs to be put up on the roof and then stacked up there before it's spread out. Olivia, I saw a picture of phase 2. They are installing electric breakers. Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of electric breakers. There's going to probably be a whole electric switch yard somewhere on here. But as you can see, they got plenty of cranes out. Plenty of people are still working. Cosmos Gray Paint available Q3 according to Boston Studio Rep today. Cosmo Gray Paint. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I was looking at the Pures, looking at that Zenith Red, which, because I was looking at the Zenith Red, I kind of wanted to see one in person, so went to look for it, and we didn't see much for Zenith Red. We're going to talk about that when we go over to the cars. Lucid loves windows in their factories. Well, yeah, and Nikola loves skylights in their factories. They don't have too much in the way of windows, but they have a lot of skylights. Uh, Not seeing any skylights installed around here yet. Not sure that they're going to have any. Factory is going to be huge. Very excited to be ramped up to 100% in a few years. Yes, this is 2.7 million square foot, this section. Do you know how far they are with the Air Dream production? No, I don't. Last time I zoomed in on the cars, I had seen 5 Dreams that were still in the lot. That was after April 1st. Just based on wheel style. They could have been shipped out. I don't know. So it's something that we'll have to wait and see. Summer's Day. Lucid is running out of cash. That's all I'm worried about. Are you saying you're worried about them running out of cash, or that you're stating that they are running out of cash? Because they are not running out of cash right now. They still have billions in the bank. So I wouldn't be worried about the cash right now. Now, if they put a swimming pool out somewhere on the site, I'd be worried about that, because that shows that misappropriation of funds and not spending your money wisely. But I don't think that they're running out of cash quite yet. Olivia said some of the paint are delayed because of the harmonizing, whatever that means. And Barry Schwartz says, yep, silver is Q3. They finally started to confirm VINs for Phantom Gray this week. Does anybody have an order in for a Zenith Red? Any make, any model, or any model? Obviously, the make's Lucid. But let me know, because I'm curious if anyone's gotten one delivered. Because when we're thinking about it, we don't remember seeing any red ones. Side panels are going up on the SKD building. That is a fact. On the north end, you could see that there were some panels going up, and not much, but it looks like they just started it. And John, let's go Lucid. They are fine until 2024 operation after issuing the senior notes. Maxwell says they said Q4 earnings call they had 6.4 billion cash on hand. Okay, so right about here we had to start flying really low. We were just having planes buzz over us, and even though they're not exactly close to us, the drone warns us and makes us go lower. So we just spent a little bit of time getting a shot of the factory at about 10 feet. And this right here on the left is the SKD building. And if you look, I'll zoom in right here. Those are the walls that are going up on the SKD building right there. And then we're going to start panning north. This is today's car of the day. That is a Ford Bronco Sport. Dog slow. Nice little car, but it's very slow. And over here you can see the employee parking, the AMP1 building, the solar panels, and you can see all the walls coming up. It's just another angle. Figured since we were stuck at a low altitude, we'd get a different view for you. Let's see. Effective cash on hand somewhere around $6 billion after DSPAC and senior note offering. Lucid has confirmed they are fully funded through at least 2022 and early 2023. That's a lot of money to be spending in a year. So I hope that they're... Okay, so Bill Kerr says he got a GT in red. Looks incredible in person. Okay, I was wondering if there's some sort of paint issue, because we just don't see them in the lot. At least when we started looking for them today. GTP says, Bear, how long do Flyover of Lucid and Nikola until they're completely done with construction or beyond that? We haven't decided yet. Probably once they're completely done with construction, we're still several years out. So we'll have to decide when that time comes. If all we're doing is seeing some cars in a parking lot, it may not be that interesting to people. But as long as there's more and more expansion going on, I mean, I could see us flying all the way through the gravity coming into production through phase 3. But like I said, we'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe we'll start doing something else. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into this, and you know, for how many views we get, we're still sticking through it. So let's see. John says, I'll put up a studio hosting an Oscar award. These are all pre-planned budgets to spend. Yeah. Okay. Octavio, wow, that building looks huge from a low altitude. Yes. Well, it is. I think it's about 40 feet. For most of the building, the stamping building is going to be taller than that. They had to get an exemption to go taller for the stamping building. Josu says, thank you for all your hard work. On your flyover on April 2nd, it seems there were 2 separate lots with cars. Is that true? There is 2 sections of the lot, and we're kind of coming up to it in the video right now, though I don't think we're going to actually get it in. There it is. There's really almost 3 sections. There's this section right here. All these cars are covered. There's this section right here. All these cars are uncovered. And then we've got this section right here of cars that may or may not have just come out of the factory. What separates these as far as what they are, we're actually not sure right now. Though these are all covered, so it could signify that those cars are ready to be shipped. Kangaroo jerky, hi pair watching from inside. There's an inside man, I guess. Kangaroo jerky must be working there. Won't even ask what group you're with, because that'll probably get you in trouble. They'll be able to track you down. All right. See, John and Michael are patting each other on the back. That's okay. They still have that dirt bridge there. Yes, they do. That scary dirt bridge. Though I think it's a little bit safer now. It's kind of, I just would not park anything on the side of that. RJ Wilson, what is that area? Well, let's go back to it real quick, since you're asking. This is the stamping building right here. We'll pause this. This area over here is going to be the body in white. They have, I think, just finished the caissons for that. We're going to zoom in a little bit. This area is all the stamping building, and they're digging deeper foundations that have to be stronger to support large presses that are going to be stamping out the body panels, because I don't remember the tonnage on these stamping machines. They're somewhere between 20 and 50 tons, but they're very massive, they're very big, and they got to have large foundations. So the interesting thing is that they put the caissons in first, and then they dug out the area. I'm sure there's a reason why they did that. I've seen it done the other way, where they dig out the areas for the stamping foundation, and then they put in the foundations or the piers after. But they did it in this case. They did this first, and what that gives us is we can actually see the piers sticking out. Let's see if we can go back a little bit and actually see them. There we are. There you can see the caissons that were dug out. They were drilled out. The rebar was put in, and then the concrete was put in. Then they dug out around them, so they're still sinking into the ground. So those things are very deep to still be standing up there. But that's a better look of what they're doing for the foundation. If you want to see another building done like this, if you look at the Tesla Gigafactory from probably, I'm going to say December, January of 2021, they did the same thing where they had to dig out the foundation for the stamping building. Theirs was incredibly large. But it'll give you another idea of what needs to be done. Let's see. What is their daily production? How much capacity would phase 2 be? Well, that's a good question. I'm not going to guess on production anymore. We did that in the first quarter, and we were horribly off. So we just kind of let people see what's there, and they can make their own assumptions or predictions off of that. I mean, you can clearly see in the video right now. We're about to zoom in, and you can see how many cars are in the front parking lot. And we used to assume that those cars were done and ready to go, but apparently they weren't. But as we come in here, you can see there's probably 60 or 70 cars right there. And hopefully they're being delivered. Let's see. Meet Kevin bought a Zenith Red, did a YouTube on a classy looking interior. You know, that's right. I did see that. But now that we're looking at these cars right here, does anybody see a Zenith Red? I'm seeing black and white. A lot of black and white. And I don't know, maybe it's just the sun angle and the red ones are looking like they're black. And we'll probably take a look here at the ones close to the building. And that is, oh, we've got a white one that was going over the rattle track. That's the track that has different types of surface so that they can listen for rattles. This was weird. They were driving around it and they stopped. We didn't know what they were doing. We're looking, and then the door opens and the door closes. So there might have been a rattle, and maybe the door wasn't closed and that's why it was rattling. John says, I donated $20 for the new drone support, and I'm glad I did it. And I appreciate that. Thank you, John. And good to see hauling trucks on every video. Yeah, so we saw one that was driving away earlier. And going back to this, anybody see red? Is that one a red one? It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? It could be, but it's just hard to tell. It's a dark red, but I didn't think it was that dark. So maybe, maybe not. RJ, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. What would be built in the area of the raised residential homes? That is a good question. I'm not sure. Let's pause this and see if we can find that out. Let's go back to that. Here's the site plans, and this is that area right here. It just looks like a road, to be honest with you. That's a construction entrance right there. This is where those buildings, those houses were. And it just looks like another entrance point is all I see right there. I'll have to take a look at some of the other plans that we have and see if there's anything that gives away any more information. This is that smaller building. This is about a 10,000 square foot building right here. It's one of the CUP buildings, which I still don't know what CUP stands for besides cup. Let's see. John was answering the question about production. $90K per year after this phase is done. Mr. High says we need a mass-produced vehicle and maybe have a tweak in the tech to make a car even longer range with less horsepower as a trade-off. That's not a bad idea. And I think that's what will happen when they try to get their $25,000 car, which we don't know that it's going to be that when it finally does come out because of all the inflation going on. Mohammed Jello, hello Bear, hello all. Does anybody know Saudi Arabia delivery date? Ooh, you got me on that. Let's see. Maxwell, it's interesting that the top half and the bottom half are fenced off from each other. Yes, they are. There is something that separates the two. We just don't know what they are. No one has informed me of that yet. The Zenith Red looks like black in the dark. Yeah, I imagine it would, but we're definitely not in the dark. Not on this view. Someone said that a lot of black and white cars that are uncovered are test drive vehicles, loaners for service centers. Well, if that was the case, why would they be here? Just saying. There's been a lot of black and white cars lately. and there's no reason to keep them here. And Bill says the red does change colors depending on the light. In the shade, it almost looks black or dark blue. Okay. Again, though, these pictures are not in the dark. You can see a car coming out right there, which looks to be black. Some of these cars, the shades just look slightly different than others, but I still think these are all black and white cars. I don't see any gold, but I think that's only on Dream Editions also. Thomas, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. And John, Let's Go Lucid said, showing support for Bear's Workshop is a very nice thing to do. And John McGuire piping in with that's utility work and facilities to go there. And that is in reference to the area where those houses were that were recently taken down. Chang Wan says, my boss took delivery of the Grand Touring Red last week. All right. Well, that is definitely answering the questions on Red. It is out there. And Thomas also said, if you're watching this video, please hit the like button now. We have 46 likes, and I appreciate every 46 one of them. But we do have 78 people watching, so please, the rest of you, hit the like button. Last year, the conference held in KSA, Peter said he will bring them in summer of 2022. That's the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It took me a minute to get that. See? Bill Kerr says there's a good interview with Derek Jenkins of Lucid on the Moto Man channel today. He talks about production goals, gravity, and potential future models. That will definitely be something on my watch list. What are they doing by the channel? Ooh, you got me on that one. Let's see. Where do you think you were? Oh, right here by the canal. Okay. Got that extra C in there, threw me off. Oh, hello, Alexi. We're not quite sure what they're doing here. John McGuire might know if he's still on. I'm not sure if this is City or if this is Lucid construction workers, but it definitely looks like they're doing something with drainage. I don't know if they're connecting to that canal. It is, apparently it looks like it's just outside of the property line. So I'm not sure, and I can't tell any markings on those trucks. If those are City or just workers for Lucid. So, but we did see them Monday. They're still out there today. And here we go. Here's our view of the SKD building. You can see the panels on the north side of the building going up. That's clearly visible in this view. Not sure the house areas will be on the set of plans as they did not buy those until later in the process. Yeah, the one view that I had, it did show some utilities and showed it like a road going through there. John Reed, are we done with all the Dream Edition deliveries as per your guess? As of a couple weeks ago, there was still a couple in the lot. I haven't been able to see if there were any still in there. Maybe we'll take a quick look right now. Let's see, we're at 1651. Let's snap back to the cars. Not that view. Let's see here. We got to get to that spot where we zoom in. Maybe we passed it already. I got to find it. Here we go. Okay, this is our spot. We got to wait for it to focus. Okay, so let's do a little zooming in. I could probably see this better on my screen than yours. That one right there has Dream Edition wheels on it. Well, okay. That one is Dream Edition. That one's a Dream Edition. You can see the wheels. That one's a Dream Edition up there. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the ones on the left side. That looks like a Dream Edition one right there. If I'm wrong, if you guys disagree, say something. So I see 4. So that's what I see. What do you guys think? Was that accurate? So we're going back to about 1615-ish. All right. Remember, when I'm viewing it on my main screen, it's much bigger than what you guys are seeing, so it's easier for me to zoom in and get the detail on it. But those are the wheels for the Aereo Dream wheels that are only available on the Dream Edition. And we have reached the point in today's live stream where it is now too hot for me to continue without the air conditioning. Whew, it's getting warm in here. Once I start beating up, I got to turn on the air. So if that air conditioning is bothering anyone, sorry, but you don't want me to explode. Olivia says Dream Edition 500 was delivered last week. Yeah, that might have been number 500, but that doesn't mean that they're going in order. Remember, they can't just deliver them in a specific order that they were made, because they're not delivering ones for certain reasons, like they're missing a certain part. So, and the Gravity is going to have a third row. Good. Third row is like necessary in the United States. It's a big selling point to be able to have a third row. John said I missed what area you're in. Oh, that was out on the west side, John, where the property goes sort of into that triangle. Okay, John says he's out. Great work. Talk soon. John, let's go, Lucid. Spaces offered by Gravity will be larger than F-150. What is the Grand Touring Performance wheels like? They are specific. Without looking on the website, I couldn't describe them to you. But once there's two wheels offered on the Performance, and one of them is only available on the Performance. So when we start seeing that, we will know that the GTPs are coming out. Michael asks, am I taking advantage of these stock prices? Right now I'm a little cash poor, so I'm waiting. So, but I will, though I still think after first quarter numbers are announced, that just me personally, not advice, that there's a good possibility that the price could go down a little bit more. DD Rukas says, pulled up phase 2 site plans. Looks like they raised residential buildings near West Peters Road will be in the area of the body in white, platform number 4, and stamping line number 2 and number 4. I'm going to go ahead and restart the video, but I'm also going to bring up those site plans, or at least one version of it. All right, let's zoom in here. This is body in white number 2. This is the whip number 2, stamping line number 2. And this is that utility area right here. This is where the houses were. Now we don't need that. This is where the houses were raised right here. All right. Whew. All right, we're 39 minutes in, and we got a decent amount of people still on. You might have more updated site plans. I've actually got 3 different copies of site plans, and depending on which one I'm looking at, because they have different things on them. Like one has the railroad, and one doesn't. but one is newer as far as the dates as the one with the railroad. So I tend to go back and forth looking at them, but I got to find the main site plan on each one of them. And I only brought up one today. So you guys got any other questions, comments, got any complaints? I asked about the Pure before. I had a couple people say that they ordered them. Anyone else? And this is the cars going out. By the way, these are headed down to I-8, Interstate 8. It connects to I-10 in one direction and San Diego in another. So not sure where these cars are headed. Though if they were headed towards, say, Chicago, which was mentioned before, they wouldn't be going in that direction. I don't think that they would, unless they're just getting on I-8. It's just out of the way. But maybe they are. It's very possible. They're just going to take that direction. I would go north, personally, but whatever. So yeah, that's 7 cars right there that are headed out for their service centers for their PDI and then delivery. Maybe those DEs are for foreign market because GTs and Ds seem to be being delivered. Yeah, it's always possible. Maybe part of that 520 was slated for a foreign market that they can't bring them to yet. It's always a possibility. But the fact is that they're still there, and that means that DE deliveries are going to be no more than 516 because we're looking at 4 cars with them. Mr. Kilo says PDI is a 30-minute job. Maybe on a Ford Focus, but maybe for a Lucid Air, it could be a little bit different. Maybe the cars need to be charged. I'm assuming that they don't because they have a charging station there. I think they need more than 2 charging stations. But maybe there's other things that are involved in their PDI. It's very possible. There are some manufacturers that do leave certain things off of the cars. So, and if the person doing the PDI is going to do a good checklist and actually look, then it will take more than 30 minutes. How many shares of Lucid do I own? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I'm going to take a quick look. I'll tell you guys. It's not as much as it has been in the past. I will say that. Oh, and GTP, you need to tell me how many you have also. And of course, you can lie. I wouldn't know the difference. Let's see. Lucid. I'm sitting on a mere 453. Ballpark? Okay. 453.34789. Not kidding. I've got a lot of Nikola right now. Whole lot of Nikola. And GTP sitting at 1,000. Yeah, once Nikola flips back up, I'm gonna cash out some of that, and if Lucid is still down, I'm gonna buy some of that. Michael owns 4,400 and want 5,000. It's a decent chunk of change. I think people aren't going to lose money in Lucid and Nikola if they hold and they wait for the right moment. I've had a couple complaints lately on some of the videos saying that I caused them to lose money. I never told anybody to sell. Josu has 5,000. I also didn't tell anybody to hold on for dear life either. I do not give stock advice. I am here for your entertainment purposes only, to provide the construction porn and a glimpse of how many cars that they've rolled out of the factory. I'm not going to call it I'm not going to call them deliveries. GTP, what is it? Average, guys? My average is a little bit high on Lucid. Higher than I'd like to admit. Because my average is around 26. Yeah, I do like Lucid at this price a lot better than the price I bought it at. There's an intelligent comment, right? All right. So, just want to go over what we got on the schedule. We do have a flyover of Nikola and Lucid on Friday, and then we'll be live streaming Nikola again on Monday, and then we'll have fast charging with B&B on next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We are getting ready to wrap it up. We've been through the video. This is going through our second time, but we are reaching about the time frame where I like to call it quits. Glad to see we got 87 people on. It's always good to have people on, and I appreciate everyone that's shown up for this. If any of the people have joined real recently have got any questions about anything, please put them in the comments there. Mr. Kilos 700 at 1220. Nice, nice. Let's see. Lucid check the motor during PDI. You think they check the motor, huh? Check it for oil? Yes, it all matters when you sell, not what you're currently at. So there's our view from a nice low height of 10 feet, looking north. But it does show you how tall the factory is, because you just don't get that. You don't get that perspective from when you're flying over it. It looks like it's short. That yellow truck right there, that's probably 11, 12 feet tall. That's a gas truck that comes in and supplies gas to the equipment. So if that gives you any idea of what's behind them in the height, because that thing was probably about 11, 12 feet tall. All right, guys. Well, we are going to get ready to wrap it up here. If anybody's got anything else, go ahead, throw it in the comments. If it's too late and we've already stopped the stream, put in the comments. I'll leave the comments open for a little bit. I'll answer it if it's directed at me, or if it's too late for that, or if you're watching it later, go ahead and put a comment down below. I'm sure somebody will answer. Oh yeah, by the way, no drone zone. We were going to stop and highlight that. They literally bought 50 of these signs and put them up all around the site for us. I didn't really think we were worth it. But it's just a sign. It says you operating a drone in this airspace above this property is aerial trespassing. Violators will be civilly and criminally prosecuted on ARS something. I looked up that ARS number. That's Arizona Revised Statute, and it does not refer to aerial trespassing because there is no such thing. So just wanted to throw that out there. We just thought it was funny. But in any case, everybody, thanks for being here. It's good to see y'all. Nice big crowd today, so I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we will be back on Friday with our next Nikola video. All right, bye-bye.